Hello, and welcome to the Sunday meditation at the Light Institute of Galisteo and the Sanctuary of Light. Sanctuary is a big word right now, and it's very important for us to realize that the best and most powerful sanctuary we have is the one inside us. So join me for this meditation. And those of you who are coming to this meditation for the first time, we divide it into 3 parts. In the first part, we ask our divine higher selves to take form. Your higher self is the intuitive essence of your soul. It's your own inner voice, your own wisdom, your true self. We ask it to take form, we draw it into our body, and we sit in meditation. And once we have prepared to sit in meditation with our higher selves, I'll make a little Om sound, and you can push the button on your apparatus so that you have it on pause and you can meditate for as long as you like. In the second part of the meditation, we practice the Art of Radiance because it is light and radiance that helps us to uplift our consciousness and to see our way through. And so the way we do that is that we reach up with our consciousness and imagine that we're drawing a white light down through the top of our head and out through our stomach. This is the center of the emotional body. And we laser it out from us across the planet and back into the sky. And we just keep drawing the white light down through us and extending it out. That quickens our frequency. And then another Om sound. And in the third part of our meditation, each week people send in suggestions as to what we would like to extend out from our meditative state into the world. And this week, it's about our voices, the power of using our voice individually and collectively to participate in what has to be changed, what has to be amplified, what has to be brought forward in order to make a better future and a better world. And so that will be the theme of the third part, where we will gather humanity and extend an energy to them, a light, of course, because that's the highest frequency, that will support all of humanity, speaking out, and speaking out on high levels that can change the world. If you're ready, we'll begin. And we always begin with our breath, because when we exhale, it allows the brain to slow down and to bring us into a meditative state. So we'll do a little of that and we'll begin. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And now exhale through your mouth very slowly. And once again, breathe in through your nose. And feel your brain slowing down as you exhale through your mouth. And ask your higher self, the intuitive essence of your soul, your own inner voice, to take form for you. It could be a light, or a being, a tree, an animal, an equation. Whatever form comes to you, just bring that forward so that you can experience its frequency. Take the first image or sense that you get of your higher self at this moment. Now ask your higher self to touch your body where you hold your divine essence at this moment. Wherever you imagine your higher self touching your body, breathe into that place. Breathe in and out to that place so that you're creating an opening and you're activating that divine source energy in you. Now imagine that you could draw your higher self in through that point of your divine essence, your divine source. Draw it into your body and sit in meditation. Om. Breathe deeply into your body and reach up with your consciousness into the cosmos and imagine that you're drawing down a beautiful beam of pure white light down through the top of your head, down into your stomach, your solar plexus, and from there laser that beam of light across the planet, back up into the sky, into the cosmos. With your breath, draw it back down through you, exhale it out across the planet, and just continue this beautiful cycling of white light from higher octaves through you, across the planet, and back home. And just continue to do that for as long as you like. You will find that that brings you into a deep and expansive sense of consciousness. Take a deep breath into your body. Exhale. And draw all of humanity into your mind's eye. And ask humanity what frequency of light it needs so that each and all have the courage and the strength and the joy to speak out, to have our voices heard collectively, individually, but to participate with the wisdom that we have. And just see what color humanity asks for from you. Light is the cosmic language of communication. Take the first color that comes into your consciousness. Again, reaching up into the cosmos, draw exactly that color down through the top of your head and extend it out through your solar plexus to all of humanity. And feel that light moving in as humanity has asked for that color and is receiving it and is activating that power and that sense of purpose and the brilliance of that light in order to use our voices for the good of the whole. Just keep sending that color, drawing it down, extending it to humanity until you feel a shift, as if all of humanity were singing, were speaking, bringing their voices out into the world. Take a deep breath and open your eyes. Thank you for doing that meditation, and I hope that you will practice in your own world, in your own life, and whatever you want to speak out, speaking in a way that uplifts and brings the higher good for everyone. There's a second part to this meditation. It's called knowings. And again, people from around the world send in questions each week for us to explore so that through these conversations we can uplift everyone who is joining us in the meditation for the good of the whole. And Alison will tell us the questions that have come today.
The first question is from Oracle, Arizona in the U.S.A. Hello to you in New Mexico. At the beginning of the pandemic, you taught us about trusting our bodies to be strong and also apologizing to our bodies for hurts and illnesses. A few days ago, I was at dinner with a few women. One woman announced that she soon would have knee replacement surgery. I was about to say what a gift that surgery was to me and my knee, and would be to her, when the other guest instantly and to a person told stories of horrible outcomes. Then someone said that she was having cataract surgery. Same thing. These people told of how many bad outcomes they personally knew of. What do people seem to feel a need to doom share like this? And how can I respond to counteract the fear that they have created?
Wow. I've never heard that expression, doom sharing, but it's very exact, isn't it? And it is something that people tend to do. Whatever that reason for them to do it is, my answer would be to you mostly. And that is to use your voice to remind them in the most loving way, we are friends of this person. This person is going to have this operation. The way to be friends is to support that person in their choice. It's not our choice. We don't have those knees or those eyes. We cannot know how it will come out. And just because we've heard it not come out from someone else, as friends, we want to support her in knowing that it's going to be good. And so what I would say in a situation like that is, she's going to do it. Let us assuage any fear or anxiety she has by saying, for sure, it will be good for you. And in that way, we are performing as people that are choosing the highest possible outcome. Because you cannot know the outcome for her, but we can invest through expressing our support, an energy that actually begins to set the stage for success and healing. And yes, I love that you mentioned that I always say, if you hurt your body, you want to say, I'm sorry, body, because your body is like a being. It's like a friend. And so you can apologize to it, but also when you're going to do something for your body, like these two women are, to say, this is for you, body. To support the consciousness and the communication with your body. This is going to be fine. This is for you so that you could be strong and healthy as you were made to be, body. And then I would always recommend that you hold in your mind's eye the surgeons, the nurses, the anesthesiologists, and everyone else that is participating in that, and ask them what frequency of light they need, and send light to them so that they will indeed do it perfectly for you. And in that way you can feel a sense of trust that frees you from the anxiety that everyone feels when they go into a hospital. But again, holding that space, this is for you, body, it's going to bring you back to your best potential. Thank you. Allison.
The second question is from Berlin, Germany. Dearest Chris, I am 91, Jewish, and because of what is happening now, I am reliving horrible memories of war. And I was determined to help my friends in the Ukraine. All I had to offer was space for those seeking refuge in my country. I don't have much, and my home is meager, and I wanted to give so much more. Then I remembered. Many years ago, I attended a talk you gave in the United States. The room was small and simple, but smelled of lavender and was filled with green plants. When I walked in, I immediately felt peaceful and loved. I couldn't explain it, but this affected me deeply. So this is what I did. I filled my home with green plants, and since I had no lavender, I left stew simmering on the stove to give a comforting smell. My guests burst into tears when they entered my humble home, like they had walked into a palace bathed in love. At that moment, I was so grateful to you. Will you please share this with your knowings and tell others how they can create beauty and peace with very little? I know it will help, especially during this unthinkable atrocity with so many hurting and losing everything. I know you can help us keep beauty and peace alive. With love, from Berlin.
You have been witnessed. You have witnessed these things that don't belong to the evolution of humanity. And I'm so glad that you're here to tell us this story. It's a beautiful story. I'm inspired. And what you said is so true. In effect, it was your love and your gesture that made them feel that they were in a palace. And that's the most important part. But it is true that in today's world, we need beauty. Because beauty, when we look at nature especially, but when we look at anything that is beautiful, it calms us. It makes us feel safe. And we know that plants, for example, very often, well, first of all, they give off energy that supports our lives. They give off oxygen. And many houseplants have been known to give off energies that support well-being or uplift the spirits. And so I think that when you put, even if you're in the tiniest little hovel place, if you had one plant, that plant would trigger unconsciously to all humans a connection with nature. And when we feel connected to nature, there's something, it's home to us. It's the story of our beginning and our future. And of course, you did the most powerful thing, because we know that of all of our senses, the sense of smell is the most powerful in terms of memories and safety and connection. And a stew on the stove for people who have lost their homes, have lost their country, and are walking into a strange place, however small it is, would be a gift of life to them. And there's nothing in the world when we are anxious or fearful that helps us more than food. And so you did something, any kind of food smells on the stove would make anyone feel we're safe. We're safe. And with great gratitude to you, they would be safe. So thank you for doing that and never feeling like it's not good enough. Any gesture from one human to another is more powerful than you could possibly imagine. And I so honor you, and I'm so glad that you brought that question forward so that we can all remember that we have something to give no matter what. It's the purity of the human heart and the wonderful smells that we can create. Great love to you and to all of those who have entered to your doors and all of the doors who have received people who have lost everything and just need a place of safety and support. Allison, the second one.
Well, actually, it's the third one and the last one, Chris.
Oh.
And it's from Romania. Dear Chris Griscom, I'm very afraid at this time. My brother and I found your knowings on YouTube and share this with our friends. We are all wondering why you wear white. Can wearing white help protect us?
Yeah, I've been wearing white for more than 50 years. And a part of the reason for that is that we do respond emotionally, psychically, and spiritually to frequencies of light. Everything is made of light. And so I would always say that in terms of protection, of course, the protection is what you carry inside you and what comes out from you that speaks of who you are and takes away that sense of vulnerability or fear. White holds all the colors. And so for me, it's a way of communicating the highest frequency. It is the fastest light visibly that we can access on our planet. And what I would say is, what's very important is to recognize what my higher self has taught me about cosmic law of the direction of energy. And that is that when we wear a color that's clear or bright or beautiful, and that color extends a message, it extends an energy out from us that extends light into the world. So that direction of energy through us or from us creates a powerful blockage, really, to negative energies coming in. Because the law of energy is that energies that you are putting out, energies that are coming in have to be equal to yours, like yours, or higher. If they're lower, your energy will stop them. So in a way, those light energies do create a protecting energy. But you want to move from that sense of fear to a place that says, I am present, and my destiny and my purpose is not destruction. Now, I have noticed traveling around the world that in cities especially, people wear black, which is not a color. Nature doesn't make black. Black is the absence of light, so black does the opposite. Black pulls energy into it. And so people wear black when they feel insecure, or they want to show the world that they're powerful. Or it's wonderful for a performer because the performer wants to pull in the audience. So it works for that. But for you and me in our lives as we wander about, we want to be the givers of light. We want to uplift people and reflect to them their highest and best. And so gray is the color of depression. So black and gray are seen a lot in cities, and also because people want to be kind of a little bit invisible or look like everybody else so that they don't stand out. I would say to you, wear colors that say I'm present and trigger in the consciousness of others an uplifting kind of vibration. Yes. So you'll find that if you put on white, by the way, that you will feel that sense inside the self because it's fast, it's strong, and it communicates to everyone else. And that's why I wear bright white. Great love to all of you.